Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. How have you been? Sorry for the lack of videos lately. It's just been a really crazy time of my life. A lot of things going on, a lot of personal things going on. And we'll kind of get into that today. I'm going to go ahead and do the big reveal for you guys later, here in a little bit in this video. But we're here in the wonderful state of New Mexico. We're here in the land of enchantment. I went to high school out here. I have my family that lives out here. And I remember in high school, we never really called it the land of enchantment. We used to call it the land of entrapment. Lots of wonderful history in this state. Lots of kind of shady history as well. I mean, you would have so many... you had a lot of Spaniards, of course. That's how this state was kind of settled, was through the Spaniards. You had the Native Americans that were being conquered, which, wasn't all that great. You had a conquistador by the name of Oñate, and he had a rebellion of Native Americans against him, and he ended up quashing the rebellion. And for every man he cut off, I want to say he killed the men, and he took one hand from every female that had tried to rebel as well. Don't quote me on that. I know that there was an amputation of some sort. I don't know if it was for the men or for the women. I do think the children were also amputated. It's really kind of a gruesome history. But obviously, look at any part of the world and, look at the history, and at some point there's going to be a dark past to it. The Roman Empire, the Ottoman Empire, the Mongolian Empire, a lot of the Chinese dynasties, the Japanese Empire, Germany. So, lots and lots and lots of history, guys. And yeah, there was that, and there were kind of quite a few other events that had happened. There was a rebellion later on, I want to say after Oñate. It's been a few years since I've read up on this history, but from what I remember, it was a few years after Oñate. And the Indians had rebelled. They pushed everyone out of New Mexico back into Texas. And that's why, the Spaniards had named El Paso Isleta del Sur, which means Church of the South, because it was their little safe haven that the Native Americans didn't go to. They didn't go that far. I don't know if it was between, two Native American tribes they just didn't get along with. They just didn't want to go down there. But they drove them out of their land, and they sent an emissary up. And the reason Albuquerque is called Albuquerque is because it's named after someone. It's named after the Duke of Albuquerque. And over time they just kind of dropped that extra R and now just call it Albuquerque. Very interesting. But they sent an emissary up and to try and make peace and go on about business the way that it was. And they ended up beheading the gentleman and sent his body back down to El Paso. And they played soccer with his head in the street. So if that doesn't tell you that they don't want to be civilized anymore, then I don't know what does. So wonderful history, guys. I know it's a little bit gruesome, but I mean, you gotta have some kind of fun fact for the day. So, but yeah, guys, we're out here in this beautiful state. I know it's really dark right now. We're on our way to Arizona, and I gotta be there by a certain time. I have another load that I'm trying to grab. And just trying to make some money, keep some money rolling. So, but yeah, guys, I'm so sorry. I did have a video. I did record another video. There was this guy up in Pennsylvania that I had recorded on my dash cam, and I had chopped the video together. And I mean, I'll post the video also probably tomorrow or maybe the next day. I'm just trying to get back into the swing of things, guys. People that say that, YouTube is easy, trust me, it's not. it's a little more challenging than you would imagine, just because you're you're trying to entertain an audience of people that you've never met, you may never meet, but you still try and interact with as much as you can, and you try and keep a positive outlook on the entire situation, because not a lot of people like negativity, obviously, because that kind of brings down their day, so they don't watch. But it's just been a lot of things going on, a lot of personal things, a lot of business things going on, and just been trying to gather a lot of information that I've been needing for certain business ventures that I'm trying to step into. But yeah, so I apologize, but I do have a video. It's literally those of you guys that go on mountain ranges and go on steep grades. I'm sure you guys know how to go down a mountain. You downshift and then hit your Jake brake, and you ride it all the way down. You don't ride your brakes all the way down. Well, in this other video, this gentleman, he decided to burn his brakes up all the way down, and it wasn't pretty, and it sure didn't smell good. So, but yeah, guys, I'll post that video maybe tomorrow, maybe the next day. Let me know what you guys want. Again, share, like, subscribe. I appreciate it, guys. I really do. Please don't forget to hit that subscribe button. We're definitely coming back. We're definitely going to be doing more videos and stuff. What I do want to talk about is, a while back I said that I had a new business venture that I was getting into, and that this blue truck was not the same blue truck that I had previously in some of my older videos. And that is true. That is correct. That truck is still out there. It's still working. It's still making money. Still doing what it needs to do. But let me preface this by saying, do you guys have someone in your family that messes up maybe more than once, maybe more than twice, maybe more than 10 times, and you're just always there to kind of help them out? And it might not be a bad mess up, it might not be something detrimental, but one day they mess up just a little bit too much, and they don't have a good time with the end result. So you do your best to take over and see what you can do to help out. Well, I have a family member like that, and it's my brother, or one of my brothers. And he decided to do a lease purchase. And he did a lease purchase with a certain company that has giant orange trailers. So if you don't know which one I'm talking about, just literally go onto a highway and find an orange trailer and read the name. And he decided to go on with them, and it did not work out for him. However, I saw the business model that he had, and I knew that I could run it better than he could, because I'm a man of competition. If you challenge me, I will do everything within my power to accept that challenge and beat it and surpass the challenge. Just because I'm a competitive person. That's how I was raised, that's how I'm built, that's how I'm wired. I am all about competition. That's why I love talking with my friends that are truck drivers, and my friend will say, oh, I made X amount of money this week. I'm like, well, you know what, you beat me, but next week I got you. And it's healthy competition, it's friendly competition. Obviously, we're not sitting here gambling or anything like that, but it's just a healthy mix of, hey man, you did so much this week, well, I'm going to do just as much, if not more, next week. So you do your best to, and it kind of helps make the weeks pass so much quicker. So he went through that best. He went through it. He didn't do so hot. So I offered him a solution that we would trade. That I would take it over, and he could run spot market freight with my truck. And we had to sign paperwork and a whole bunch of other stuff. So that is kind of why I haven't been recording as much. I still have my dash cam and everything, it still runs, but the whole deal to it is you sign so many contracts, and some of them do state that you cannot record on customer premises and things like that, which I understand. I understand why they do that, just because there's such a big carrier that they don't want. I mean, it's kind of hard to tell that this certain company is not at a certain location, because you literally just drive through and go and count the trailers, whether or not it's Swift or JB Hunt or whoever. You can always count their trailers and go, oh yeah, they're here. They're picking up loads or dropping off loads here, which is fine. It's all healthy business. They just asked that we do not record on customer premises for specific reasons, and I said that's fine. It's not my company, it's not my trailer, it's not my numbers. I can't do that. I gotta play by the rules. So you do what you do. You mind your tongue. So yeah, guys, that's kind of what's going on. And now this is the speculation. Mega carriers have a bad rap because they... Hold on, guys, I want to show you something. I got these new headlights. Look at that. It's like meeting Jesus. Anyway, mega carriers have such a bad rap because they have such a high turnover in drivers. And I want to say that since I've been with this carrier, I've actually enjoyed it. I've had some headaches and I've had some heartaches, but at the same time, that's also just trucking, because it's constant headaches, it's constant worry, it's constant stress, because you need to make sure you have money, you need to make sure you make money, you need to make sure the truck is running fine, you need to make sure everything like that is going well. And that's the stressful part, is when you're on the spot market, rates go up, rates go down, rates crash, rates go way up. You bid, you might not get it. There's a ton of factors that go into it. Now, on the other side of things, with this carrier, I don't know the exact percentage of their freight is contracted freight. I want to say it's like 75 or 85 or 90. A vast majority of their freight is all contracted out. It's all by contract, for contract, and then they have a little sprinkle of stuff that just magically pops up. So, and that's not a bad thing, because you can actually sit here and plan your whole week out. And I've done that quite a few times. In January, I was running it, and I was still learning, still kind of getting my feet wet. And I think I totaled out at like $12,000 for January. Not great, not bad. Enough to cover the truck, enough to cover my expenses, enough to pay the bills at home, and enough to put a little bit in savings. And that's the biggest thing, guys, is so many guys come out here and they see this money and they blow it as soon as they get it. So you got to be a smart business owner. You got to be a smart business planner. I mean, you kind of almost have to be your own accountant. I take X amount of money per week and I set it to the side, and I say, this is for my food, this is for parking, this is for, whatever. And I go on about my business. Now, February, I made $18,000. And, or just shy of $18,000. And that's obviously a shorter month by a couple days, so who knows what I could have actually made in a couple extra days. Maybe an extra 1,000 or two, who knows. However, I ran my butt off. I still had days off and stuff like that. I mean, obviously you still do resets. However, it's not, I didn't have actual home time. I did get some home time just recently. I was home for a whole week, and I enjoyed it. Went out to dinner, put my truck in the shop, got a PM done, got oil change, fluids flushed out, change of all the filters, fifth wheel greased, all the zerts greased, three-piece linkage greased, brakes checked, got an inspection done. And those are things that not a lot of guys think about when it comes to their truck. They just think, oh yeah, no big deal, guys. It starts and it goes into drive, or it goes into first gear. It works. Like, no, guys. Like, you got to be doing pre-trips. You got to be checking over your trucks. I mean, you put 80,000 pounds behind this truck, then you're gonna wear it out. You got to check your oil. You got to check everything else. I know some guys that do oil samples. So, but anyway, guys, that's the big reveal. There's a giant orange trailer behind me. Please don't think less of me. I can run with the best of them. You guys have seen where I've been. I do my best to spread positivity about anything, just because being a solo, being like a sole proprietary or an LLC, and having your own DOT numbers and your own authority and your own trailer, there's nothing wrong with that. But I also want to reach out to those guys that can't afford that and say, look, if you need to get on with a mega carrier, do it. But look at their business model and compare it to your business model. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, you need to sit down with maybe a business advisor from a bank, or if you have family that's into trucking or something like that, or an accountant, someone that knows truck driving. Sit down with those people, because they're the ones that are going to tell you this is how much you need to make per week, per mile, per day to break even. And this is where you need to be making profit. And so, is it easy? No. Is it hard? Not really. It can be if you make it hard. So, yeah, guys. And, I'll be honest. There's been some times that I've been, you pull up to a shipper, and some of you guys know what this is like, where you pull up to a shipper and it's, you're, a live unload or a live load, and, you're right there at your appointment. Maybe you showed up 30 minutes before or whatever, and you get there, and, until you go wait over there, we'll call you when we have a door. And you get on the CB and ask the guy next to you, hey man, how long you been here? Oh, I've been here about 4 hours waiting for a door. I just call up the carrier and say, hey, I'm here, and they're saying it's probably going to be 4 or 5 hours. Oh, give us 1 second. A few minutes later, get a knock on my door. Go to door 93, please. All right, thank you. So sometimes it does help to have a little bit of backing behind you, because a lot of the trucking industry is, unfortunately to say, it's just kind of like that. You show up, you're a little man to a major company that just wants their stuff moved. So, just how it goes. But yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. I enjoy talking to you guys, and ask me any questions you guys want. I want to say that I would be very knowledgeable with the subject of this company. As far as lease purchase goes, I want to say that I can hold my own in a conversation. I might not know everything, but I'm enjoying where I'm at for right now. Again, if I ever needed to break my contract or whatever, I've put enough money to the side in order to break the contract, because you do have legal penalties if you do break your contract. So I do have finances put to the side just in case, to go and just put my DOT number on this door and run this truck as well. So it's not like the end of the world. It's not like I'll be here forever, because that's not my end goal. I want to be able to work for myself and be my own boss. And luckily, the way that this company functions, it is in that way very similar. You do kind of have like Big Brother looking over your shoulder, and that's why I've kind of waited and hesitated on revealing this stuff, just because, you know, people give a lot of mega carriers a bad name. But it's funny, I'll be going down the road and people will see the truck and the trailer, and then I'll hear guys come over the CB and go, hey, you know, you got it on? Yeah, I got it on. Hey, how do you like them? Oh, you know, they're not bad. Yeah, you know, I've been thinking about switching to them. Yeah, you know, I hear that a lot, you know, and it happens. You know, guys switch all the time. So, if you guys have questions, let me know. I'll try and make another video about, you know, lease purchase and what all goes into it and things like that. So, but yeah, guys, welcome back. I appreciate you guys that have stayed faithful, and again, I apologize for not being as attentive. It's just been very busy couple weeks, and just been kind of trying to figure out a few different things that's going on, and seeing what's going on with the whole trucking industry as a whole. So, but I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna enjoy this beautiful New Mexico sunrise, and we're gonna get on down the road. So remember, guys, every day's a good day as long as you're above ground, got air in your tires and air in your lungs. So hope you guys have a wonderful day, and God bless.